If you really want to rank on Google, you need to have a SEO optimized article. If your article is not SEO optimized, you don't have the keywords, you don't have a good amount of content like doing the reviews. Because in the recent Google update, like Google launched their review update in the month of May, and it affected a lot of review websites. They have gone down in terms of ranking, like they have tanked down, like their rankings have dropped because they were doing some kind of fake reviews. Like, I got your product, I see someone is writing review about Debutify, and I didn't use your product.
You're listening to Ecomonics, a Debutify podcast, your resource for one-of-a-kind insights into the world of e-commerce and business in the modern age. This is Joseph. I'll be presenting a wealth of industry knowledge from interviews with successful business people and our own state-of-the-art research. Your time is valuable, so let's go. Jitendra Vaswani, it is good to have you here on Ecomonics. How you doing today? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm really excited for this podcast because I really want to share my journey with your audience related to like affiliate marketing, e-commerce space, and my blogging journey. So I'm super excited, to be very honest.
Well, I'm really happy to hear that. It's also exciting to meet people who've contributed in their way as well to enhancing your company. You've been doing affiliate promoting on us, and you rank pretty highly. You told me this before we started recording, which just goes to show there's some stiff competition to rank highly on it. So you definitely know your stuff.
Yes,
and there's a lot to get to, some stuff I'm really excited to talk about because there's a lot of these areas that I myself am developing a passion for. I put myself into like the 102 class. Like I feel like I graduated at 101. I started up my own store. I've got my strategy. I've got my product, and the wheels are starting to spin. So we got lots to get into. But opening question, very important to ask, which is tell us what you do these days and what you're up to.
So most of my stuff, like I'm more into SEO and affiliate marketing stuff. So I have around 30 to 40 niche blogs, which are into SEO, email marketing, VPN, hosting. Like these are the different niches with which I'm working right now. And most of the traffic source is organic, SEO, totally. Like 99% of the traffic on these blogs is SEO, organic, because we are ranking for review keywords, like coupon keywords, like versus keywords. So we do like highly rank for all these kind of keywords. If you search online right now, like someone who's listening to this podcast, so they can search like Debutify theme review. I'm already ranking on the second, third position for this keyword. And if someone searches for like teachable coupon code, I'm ranking there on second or third position of Google, like in US. So you can check my rankings. It's live. Yep.
Yeah. I'm doing that right now, as a matter of fact.
It's
so bear in mind, I'm in Canada. So Google does, I think, skew the results a little bit based off where you search from.
Right. So I'm ranking
reviews,
on US.
Techville, and then your bloggersideas.com, I believe, is yours.
Yeah. So that's my blog. So someone who's listening. So that's my blog, Bloggers Ideas, where I share a lot of content related to digital marketing, SEO, email marketing, hosting. And from this one blog, I have made like 40 niche blog, small niche blog, which I'm working on it from 2020. Like once this lockdown got announced in 2020, me and my team changed the strategies, like what kind of things we really need to work now. Like now we cannot travel. We are stuck, right? So we decided to open small niche site, like a product-based niche site. Like I'm making a specific niche site on Debutify. I'm looking for the keywords, like what keywords people are searching on Google for Debutify. So I will use keyword search like Ahrefs or Longtail Pro, like these tools I will use to search keywords related to Debutify, like Debutify theme review, Debutify coupon, Debutify versus like booster theme, Debutify theme versus like Shoptimize theme. So I will make one specific niche site related to Debutify. Like these kind of things I have done in like 2020 right now, and I'm doing this in 2021. Like we are making a small niche websites on basis of the product. That's it. And these things are working very well. We are doing very detailed A/B testing right now on all these kind of niche websites.
Would you say that you can infinitely continue to niche almost down to the microscopic level. Like I can't imagine like what's the most niche that that you or maybe something that's crossed your radar has created.
Right. So I have seen, because we have done a lot of A/B testing like in 2020, and what we were seeing, like a lot of niche websites were ranking for like a small product niche website, and we were seeing why these guys are ranking. They have a only product specific niche site, and we started doing A/B testing on our, like we bought expired domains, because expired domains have a lot of trust in the eyes of Google. They have some kind of page authority, they have some kind of domain authority, like domain ratings. So that's why we bought expired domains, and we started doing a lot of A/B testing here, like working on the niche website product base, and it worked very well. Like, because a lot of my competitors, they were doing all these kind of things, and we outranked them by having a very detailed content on all these niche websites. We didn't build a lot of backlinks, to be very honest, because we don't believe in building a lot of backlinks. Of course, you need backlinks to rank. Of course, I will not deny it. But for me, I've seen like I put a lot of detailed content. If I want to rank for Debutify theme review, I'm looking why my competitor is ranking above than me. What kind of content he's putting? He's putting FAQs. He's putting alternatives. He's doing a very detailed review about Debutify, like explaining each feature in very much detail. So that is how you are going to outrank your competitors, and Google will trust your brand.
Right. You know, I as you're describing this, because I'm scrolling through the blog that you had written, and it's rather substantial, and it almost comes across like its own landing page. Like if I were to go to the Debutify theme, the length of our own landing page is comparable.
Pros and cons, like I mentioned, the pros and cons, FAQs, like a proper screenshots, case studies, who's the founder, blah blah blah. All these things I have in the review. So you can share with the audience so they can learn like what things I'm doing right now to rank my website on Google. Right?
Yeah. Let's make a note, Mike. To my wonderful, fantastic, almost godlike editor, Micah. Keep a note of that. We want to put a link of that in the description, just so people can check out and really see. Like, I think especially for people who are very familiar with the theme, just to, having this reference material, we can look at that. Then we can look at the blog, and we can understand how this goes. Now, you said that you said about 13 to 14 niche sites. Now,
like 30, 40, yeah. 30, yeah.
Oh, 30. Oh, okay.
Yes.
My mistake. Yeah, that sounds more to your caliber. So how many of these are you personally writing for, or are you doing more like the managerial stuff and then you have other people coming in doing the writing?
Yeah, so I have a content manager who, like, she's the one who's handling all the stuff. Like, she's hiring the content writers. We have already given her the training, what kind of content we needed, what kind of content structure we need, what kind of keywords we need in the content, how to make SEO optimized article. SEO optimized article is super duper important, guys. Like, if you really want to rank on Google, you need to have a SEO optimized article. If your article is not SEO optimized, you don't have the keywords, you don't have a good amount of content, like doing the reviews. Because in the recent Google update, like Google launched their review update in the month of May, and it affected a lot of review websites. Like, Joseph, what I've seen, like review website, they have gone down in terms of ranking. Like, they have tanked down, like their rankings have dropped because they were doing some kind of fake reviews. Like, I got your product, I see someone is writing review about Debutify, and I didn't use your product. I'm just writing a review, fake review, because I'm seeing like Joseph is ranking for Debutify, then I'm copying your review, like writing in my own words. I'm not adding any kind of personal touch to the content. Adding a personal touch to the content helps you get more sales from your content. So these were things we do, like we did it, and we got a lot of success in our content right now. Like,
right now, if I were to, let's just say I put myself in the position where I'm almost like doing a review for a product that I'm not using. And It's great that we can use Debutify as an example, because believe it or not, we don't actually get to use Debutify as an example that often.
Health products, like I have a health niche website. So for that, of course, we are doing like this, like we are giving the detailed instruction, like what kind of competitors are doing reviews, because we cannot try all these kind of health products. Like, these are like to get this product to my home, it will take 1 or 2 months to reach to my destination. So yes, for the niches which are like, which we cannot like buy the product and get delivered, because to do these testing of the health products, it takes a lot of time. So for those, yes, we do hire the writers. We explain them what kind of requirements we have in terms of content.
Right. But the bottom line is that, these writers, I would imagine they're the ones that are taking charge. They're testing their products out because they have the time to do it. You don't have the time to do it. And okay, yeah,
Yes.
that checks out. So here's what I find interesting, the observation that I made. So on the one hand, you have people writing from a place of personal experience, and you want their passion to come through, and you want that to really reflect in the writing because you want to connect with the reader. And then on the other side, you have the technical requirements in order for it to rank so that people can read it. Now, it sounds to me that somebody who is, say, they don't actually have any personal attachment to their product and they're just focusing on the technical side, that they would still rank well because of knowing what the keywords are and having done their research. But it's almost poetic that the lack of that personal passion, the lack of that personal attention to detail, and coming from a place of experience is actually causing them to not rank as highly. So really writing that blog has to be a mix of experience and imparting your view of things or the writer's view of things, as well as making sure that it meets the expectations for Google to want to rank it correctly.
Right. So it's very important. Like you put your personal touch and you tell about the product, how to use this product, right? So these things are pretty much very much important. What I have seen, like in terms of getting ranking from the Google, like if you don't put all these kind of elements into your content, so Google don't trust your content and they will not rank you higher. Like what I have done, like these A/B testing we have done, so we have seen like what things were missing in the content, and we did it everything according to the like a user, give the users a best experience in the content.
Did you guys try testing it just for the sake of it? Like just try to write an article without testing the product at all, just to see what kind of ranking you'd get?
We do.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do A/B testing for like these kind of things also. Yeah. So it depends how much competition we have on those keywords. So it totally depends how much competition I have on those keywords right now. Yeah.
Okay. With the amount of blogs that you have running, I'd like to hear the process of how you decide to set one up, what niche you select. Is this worthy of my time or of the time of somebody that I hire? With around 30 to 40 of them going so far, what's going to be the catalyst to set up a new one?
So in terms of the content, right? So we do see at the competition, like how much the keyword, like the search volume have. Like we see the competition in the market, like who are ranking on the first page of the Google, what's the domain authority of that content, what's the page authority of that website. Like we do look for all those kind of elements. If we want to go for that kind of review keywords, we do look at the first page, like are the competitors which are ranking on those keywords are like, can we beat them through content? But sometimes if I want to rank for iPhone 12 review, right, it's a very tough competitive, like it's a huge competition. Like a lot of sites are ranking already, like Tom's Guide, PC Mag, like Android Authority. To beat these kind of websites very hard, right? So better I will focus on those keywords which I have a high chances to rank. Like we have a team of doing the keyword research. So that's where the keyword research comes into place, right? We see like if we can rank on those keywords, so we will work on it. And if we cannot rank on those keywords, then we will not, like we have to skip those keywords, because on those positions, the competitors which are ranking, they already have a lot of domain authority, they have a lot of backlinks. It's very hard to beat them. Like if I work on those keywords for 1 year, there's no surety like I'm going to rank on the top 3, right?
Right.
Because
So
the sales comes from the top 3 positions of the Google. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, there's always going to be like top positions, regardless of what the search is, because that's how the search engine works. So what's it? So the different. I want to hear. I'm hearing about the differences between, say the number 1 or number 3 searches that are. It's going to take way too much energy, way too many resources to beat it, like you're saying, Tom's Guide, versus the top 3 rankings where you look at these and say, you know what, there's actually a lot of opportunity here. Whether it's like the website doesn't have as much authority because it hasn't been around in the space for that long, or if the content itself is just and lacking in the kind of detail that you put into it.
Yes, so it depends. Like my site have that kind of content related to the tech. If I want to rank for the tech keywords like iPhone 12 review, 1+9 review, like these kind of highly competitive keywords. Does my blog have that kind of content authority? Does Google trust my blog for those kind of content pieces? If I don't have these kind of content pieces on my blog, and if I have very low domain authority, then I will not prefer to work on those keywords. I will skip working on those keywords, because Google looks at the content authority, like tropical content relevance. Do you have these kind of factors in your domain, in your site? But a lot of the time, which I have seen, like what I have done A/B testing here, like if I try to write content which is not relevant to my blog niche, it's very hard to rank on Google, because Google don't trust that kind of content piece on my blog, because my blog is about digital marketing and I'm writing something about iPhone, right? Something about tech. So Google will not rank my blog, because it's all about making the content authority, right? So it's my A/B testing we have done, and we have seen, like, we focus on those keywords which we have already written content. We have some kind of content authority on those kind of keywords.
So when you say A/B testing, I'm almost picturing in the same way that somebody would A/B test two different ads, where the ad maybe changes some of the copy, changes an image, a white background versus a blue background. But with A/B testing on a blog post, I'm imagining that you actually have like more or less the same subject, but the blog is written in almost two different ways, like the format changes or the layout changes. Am I correct? And if so, how do you deploy that, and how do you make sure that both of them are getting equal amounts of traffic?
Yeah, in terms of A/B testing, what does that mean? I look at the content. Like if I want to rank for the review keyword like Debutify, do I have the personal touch? Because if I'm seeing that's what A/B testing is SEO. Like, do I have a personal touch? Does my article have FAQs? Right? FAQs are very important. Like someone is like trying to buy from your review. They want to see FAQs, like, does the product offer refund period? Is the product is trusted? Is it compatible? Like, is this product is compatible with WordPress? Blah blah blah. Like people search for all those kind of keywords, right? FAQs. So I will look for, like, does my content have these kind of things? Because my competitor already have FAQs, like they have already covered all these kind of FAQs. Does the content have these kind of things? Yes or no? So that's what we do A/B testing. We keep on increasing the content length. We keep on improving our content, like adding how to use this product. Sometimes we want to rank for review keywords and we see, oh my God, this content don't have a how to use this product. Like if you want to buy like a review product from me, like any kind of product, and if you don't see I'm not explaining how to use this product, so there are very less chances like you're going to buy from my blog, right? Because I'm not sharing with you how to use this product. FAQs, I'm not showing you the alternatives. I'm not having any kind of graphics in my blog. Like I don't have images, screenshots, like case studies. If you see that Debutify review, right, I have put like screenshots, like case studies, like people have got huge success with this theme. I'm putting a lot of social proofs in my content. So this is what A/B testing is like. We are putting a lot of social proofs, reviews from other people who have tried this theme. We collect the reviews from Facebook, from Twitter. We see what kind of feedback people have sharing about this product on different kind of social media platforms. So that's where we do a lot of A/B testing here. We put a lot of data into the content, and we see like if we put like Facebook posts, like Twitter posts, is it ranking very well? Like, does this content ranking very well? So that's why this is what we do in terms of A/B testing. And the most important factor to rank your website in Google is page speed. If you don't follow the core web vitals, your page is not loading under 3 seconds. Users will go away. You are losing trust of Google. You are losing the trust of the users. So page speed is very important, and UX and UI. UX of your blog should be very needed. And you are seeing my blog right now. So do you feel it's very clean? I don't have any kind of ads, editing, like anything. Like it's very clean. I'm giving you the right content, what you want to read. I'm trying to solve your query related to Debutify review, right?
Well, I don't normally do this too often on the show because we do have an audio base as well. But what we could do is just throw up screen share and then we can actually run through the blog in real time if you want to describe, the thought process to it. I wasn't expecting to do this, but if you're open to it, we
Let's
could.
do it.
Yeah, might as well, right? So we got the
Why
video
not?
format, so let's go for it.
Yeah, so we can share it. Like I can share what I'm doing in my blog. Like,
Great.
so I'm happy to share it, man.
Okay, you can see it.
So that's a Debutify theme review, guys. So you can see, like, I have explained like features, support, how is the support of this theme, reliable, ease of use, is it user friendly? So I'm giving the score. So this is called a review box, which I have created for my own blogs. So this is done like it's my own customized review box, right? And I'm writing the pros and cons. So guys, whenever you are doing a review of any product, it's very important to write pros and cons, because most of the reviews I've seen, like, they are writing only pros and pros. But the cons, you need to explain readers like what are the cons associated with this product. So that's where the people have to trust your review. So that's where the Google have launched their review update in May 2021, right? A lot of sites have tanked down because of this. Like they don't have a proper review. They don't have a trust element on their content. They are just writing a fake reviews. So you can go down like Joseph.
Sure. Well, I just wanted to ask you something about this first before we go down. So in my experience, I come from a pretty nerdy background. We used to read a lot of game reviews back in the day. And usually what they would do is they would put the reviews at the end of the page, because it's the same psychology as why the milk was always at the back of the convenience store, because they knew this is what people wanted. They wanted the summation. So they knew they would have to scroll through everything first. So with putting the review up front, I feel like that's a really a courteous thing to do for the reader, just so that they know what your opinion is overall, and then that way they have a better sense of what style of writing they're going to expect. Like let's just say if you hated it, and that comes through right away, and then when I'm reading it, I'm getting this as okay, now he's expanding on it. So
that's where, because we did A/B testing here, we put the review box on the top and we see what people. So you can see in this review, I'm putting a trust what people are saying on Facebook. So can you go down a little bit, scroll down, please? So this is where I'm putting a trust, guys. If you can see this, like this is where I'm putting a trust, like what people are saying on Facebook about Debutify. I'm putting a trust in the content, right? So you can go down, so you can share like what I've reviewed. Is it worth the hype? So I'm sharing the case studies, like testimonial. I have a clear CTA button. Like my CTA button is very important on the landing page, guys. If you see the CTA button, it's very clear. Get started with Debutify for free, and it's free. Don't have misleading CTA buttons like get exclusive discount on. There's no any kind of such kind of coupon or discount unless it is being offered by like the Debutify team. So have a clear CTA button. Don't try to mislead your readers. If you mislead it, then there's a very less chances like they will buy from your review. So always have a clear CTA button. So you can see I'm writing about the founders. Who's the founder of it? Because people want to know, like, is Ricky Hayes is a real person? Is he scam? So people search for these kind of keywords on Google. Is Debutify is real? Is it scam? Right? So this is where you have to build the trust on the content. So I'm writing like Rick Hayes. I'm showing the pricing structure, blah, blah, blah. What are the pricing structure? Then I'm giving like these kind of alert boxes. So you can see like little bit change in the design of the content, right? So Joseph, I call it alert boxes. Because that's where I'm trying to give attention to my readers. Okay, this is the main thing. You need to read it, man. So you can go down, scroll down.
Yep. Just tell me when to stop.
So this is now I'm explaining the Debutify features, like what are the features of this product, like why you should buy it. Like they have a great call to action button. They have a great checkout page, sliders. I'm explaining all the features, right? So you can see, they can go down like the most powerful features. I'm taking the screenshots from the official website, like what are the most powerful features which are being offered by Debutify. So you can go scroll down a little bit more, scroll down. And why top e-commerce entrepreneur recommend. So I'm sharing the social proofs in the content, right? Like who are the ones who are recommending Debutify themes? So these are the guys like James Beetle, like Tumley, Satar, like these guys are the 6-7 figure e-commerce brands owner, right? So they are sharing their own case studies, testimonials. So that's where people will trust my review, because I'm putting a lot of trust. Now, again, like like the top features, blah, blah. So you can see it's more detailed. Like I'm sharing the screenshot, I'm sharing the official video, blah, blah, blah. And again, I'm highlighting this feature, like Debutify is a free theme, blah, blah. And then so you can go down, like again, like it's more about the product features.
And so here,
now,
e-commerce is a huge opportunity. So this is not
this
Debutify
is
specific, but this is related to the
yes.
bigger picture.
Yes. So you can. So I'm showing the ink.com screenshot. So can you go below up?
Sure thing.
So I'm showing this screenshot. What ink.com says e-commerce is a huge opportunity. I'm putting a social proof what big authority news magazines like ink.com is saying about e-commerce. So someone who's ready to buy this, invest into the Debutify theme review, they should know like why e-commerce is like a huge opportunity for them to invest their money, right? So I'm sharing like blah, blah, blah. So these are the things I've shared here, right?
So like, I have a question for you about this. So you have different levels of interest. You have people who are already familiar with e-commerce, and maybe they're already running a business, and so maybe Debutify is a better option for them. Spoiler alert, it is. But then you have people who are not necessarily sure about e-commerce in general. So what I think you're doing here is you're using this as an area to reach out to those people who are less aware of it. And so when they search this particular part of the blog is going to catch those people more easily. Whereas if you didn't have it, then those people would more likely just pass by and this blog wouldn't rank as highly for them.
Yes. So
so let's really think about like the web and how these things can connect with each other.
So this is where we do A/B testing. We see like, are these things are working on our content so far, which I'm ranking on the top. So these things are working pretty well for me right now. So that's where I'm getting a lot of sales right now. And here, if someone is not interested in Debutify, so I'm giving them some kind of alternate option, right? So that's where you're putting trust in the content. So people have some alternate option also. So that's it. Like this is where, so you have to make your content very much detailed. So you can go at the end. So you can see it's like comparison. I'm doing it at the end. So you can see like,
well, we're going to go through this part kind of fast just because competition.
Yeah. So I understand. So again, it's called testimonial Debutify theme. Like what people are saying on Facebook. Again, I'm putting a lot of trust into the content. What people are saying on Facebook, on Twitter. So that's where, so I'm sharing the screenshot, like what people have shared, right? That's where I'm putting a lot of these things into my content. So someone see the review and they buy it and then they trust it. Wow. Like this is the best theme I really wanted because people have made some sales, right? So that's it. Like,
yeah. And so there's more to it. There's some other posts as well, some video content, and I think what you've done here is you have really give people the full scope of not only the business, but how the business fits into the greater ecosystem, and then what the ecosystem is. So for our audience, and for those of you who are listening on the audio side, I hope you were closing your eyes and using your imagination. But go check out this blog afterwards, and what it shows is just how comprehensive a single blog post can be. Because I think one of the things that people find, and I find this intimidating too, personally. I'll close this screen share for now. What people find personally intimidating is how much blog content they're going to have to write. The thought of, on top of everything else that I'm doing, having to write, say, 2 or 3 blogs a month or 2 or 3 blogs a week, and we find that over time those blogs don't do anything. This to me shows just how much value you can put into a single page, and how comprehensive it is, and how much reach it's going to have at not only one search intent, but multiple search intents at different scales, at different parts of the funnel. So
that's where you are going to win the trust of the readers. Like you're putting all the data into your content, like giving them options, right?
And I think once people, they come and they look at all of this, they feel like, well, what other information does a blog like this have as well? And then they check out other blog content, and it's along the same lines, and it's also as comprehensive.
True. So you need to make your content as much as comprehensive, so you can make it for the readers easy to digest, and have these kind of alert boxes like pros and cons, everything. Like put trust into the content. If you don't put the trust, then readers are not going to buy from your review. It's very hard.
Do you find that you have to go back and like revise blogs? Because I'm in Debutify, for instance, there are updates and things do change. The branding can change.
Yes,
so is that something you have to deal with?
Yes, because there are a lot of product updates every 2-3 months. Every product is getting updates, right? So we try to update, because if I want to rank for like Debutify review for the long term, I need to keep updating this post by tomorrow. So you can see this post by tomorrow. If someone see this post, so they will see more FAQs in this post. So they will see some more data about like Debutify. So we keep on updating, because if I don't keep updating the content, then the information gets old, right? It's not fresh according to the reader, someone who's reading. And if they go to your landing page and they see some different features, which I have not mentioned in the reviews, so it's a very bad experience for the readers. Like they see some different pricing, like you have changed the pricing structure, right? And in my review, the pricing structure is $67. And when they go actually to your site, it's 97. Wow, like they are shocked. Like, what is this? Like someone is saying in the review it's 67, then it's a bad user experience. So you need to keep updating your content in order to rank on Google. You need to update it. You need to put a lot of data.
So there's an interesting thought experiment here, which is, so for instance, let's just say somebody writes a blog and it's a personal thing and there isn't really anything for them to update. You can draw an equivalent between that and, say, an article in Reader's Digest. It's almost like an article in a magazine.
Right.
Whereas what I find with this is that in addition to the comprehensive nature of it, in addition to the need to maintain it, it's actually very difficult to draw an equivalent with another form of media that I can draw from, whether it's classic media or even modern digital media, because of the organic and the ever-changing nature of it. Is there any other form of media that you have found to be comparable to the responsibility to keep and maintain a blog? Or otherwise, a blog is really its own thing?
So I keep on see what I focus right now is on the content on the blog, and sometimes we do video reviews about the product. Someone who's reading this kind of like a post content, right? They are reading the text, and someone who's interested to see the video review of this product. So sometimes we do video review. We put the video review like what we have done. So we put these kind of video reviews in the post, and we see like what is the response from the readers. So if they like the video review, then there's a very high chances like they will convert very well. So that's these kind of things we do testing all these things right now.
Yeah, it's just something I would say for the audience to really think about is, when writing these blogs, is what format to treat them as. It's like, I'm having a hard time thinking of one off the top of my head, so I'm not going to dwell on it for too long. But it's like like a living, organic, almost like a program. It's a fascinating insight. There's a couple of there's a few other things that I'm wondering about the impact that they've had. So you mentioned videos, like affiliate links and backlinks. Going into this conversation with the other SEO experts that I've talked to, is that backlinks has always been an important part, especially with building authority. I'm just wondering how backlinks really treated you.
So yes, well, like once when I started this blog in 2013, yes. So initially I did got the backlinks wherever I can get, but slowly what I've seen, I was getting organic backlinks from the people who were reading my blog. So they were interlinking my content. And in terms of acquiring the backlinks, I was doing some kind of interviews and sometimes some kind of guest posts. Sometimes we are doing exchange of links. Sometimes we do a lot of these things, what other webmasters are doing right now, right? So these were the things we tested and it worked very well. And what I have, instead of backlinks, I focus more on the content. To be very honest, on my small niche sites, I've shared with you, for those these niche websites were very small, only product based, 7 to 8 pieces of content on these niche websites, and they were ranking well because we were putting a lot of data into the content. Whatever the readers were asking about that review, about that versus article, we were giving them all the information they need in that content. So we were focusing more on the content, and we were making backlinks, but not as much as we should do. But what we were seeing, like if we have a very good amount of content, what we were seeing on Google, like when we spy on our competitors, they didn't have much backlinks, to be very honest. So they were focusing more on the good, like a great amount of content, like having a great content with too much of details, stats, data, and that is helping them to rank very well. So we were doing the same things like which our competitors were doing, like focusing on the great content. So that has worked very well for us right now.
Have you seen any in the interest of saying like a backlink would be a feature? Have you seen features that have actually been more detrimental than helpful?
Of course. So you can say that like feature backlinks, yes, they have helped me a lot. Yes.
Oh no, I mean in the opposite sense. Like have you tried not just that feature but other features too? Like what has any of them actually downgraded you or caused you to lose authority? Obviously we established, good quality content is tantamount. If you don't have that, none of this matters. But I guess I just would like to know if other attempts through your testing have actually had a negative result.
So far, the kind of backlinks we have taken for our articles, which we really want to rank, we didn't have any kind of negative impact right now from 2 years. Like I've created a lot of niche websites from 2020. Like before 2020, I have only 2 or 3 niche websites. That's it, 2 or 3. Like when this lockdown got announced, I decided to have more multiple income sources, because one of my main blog, that is bloggers ideas, and it have become an authority, right? So through that blog, I started building more blogs, and I didn't see any kind of negative impact right now in terms of backlink, because we were not doing aggressive kind of backlinks. We were creating backlinks, but not at that level, to be very honest. I told you, we were focusing on more on the content and giving the users the best experience on our site. Like someone who comes to our site, he gets all the information he's asking for.
Yeah, well, seeing as how you're able to rank pretty highly, and one thing I'm wondering about is, so
Sure.
you can study other people and you can learn what they're doing and apply it to your work. But have you noticed other people also doing the same, where they've studied what you do and they've actually been able to apply it to their work as well?
Of course, like a lot of the times what we have seen, like competitors are trying to take data. Like it's not they are trying to take the data. I'm also learning from the competitors. Like Joseph, what things they are doing in their content, I'm just trying to improve my content. Like if they have a 3,000 words of detailed content, right? I'm trying to make my content 4,000 words, much more detailed, much more having more of data insights. I'm putting the latest features of that product. If my competitor review is ranking very high, I'm seeing like they didn't post about the latest features about that product. I'm putting the latest features of that product. So Google is ranking me higher. So it's like I have a 10 to 20 people right now in my team. They are doing a lot of on page. They are updating the content pieces every day, which we really want to rank high, because the competition is very high on Google right now, because everybody wants to rank for these keywords, and these keywords gives you a lot of money, right? Right now from the Debutify team, I made like from 7 to 10 days, roughly I made like $500 to $600 right now. So imagine the competition is there. So that's where like I'm working with your competitors also. I'm not going to name them. So I'm making same amount of money with them also. Because if I really want to maintain my rankings, I need to keep updating my information. If I don't update it, then my ranking will tank down for sure.
Okay, so one thing that I'm working on, I've got my own store. To my longtime audience, I told you guys I'd set one up eventually, and here I am now. Part of my strategy is also to use blogging and to use writing and to use affiliate marketing, which we haven't gotten into yet, but we're going to definitely get into that. And are there different starting positions in Google's ranking depending on what platform I'm using? So to make it a clearer example, let's just say I were to start the exact same blog on WordPress versus that exact same blog on my Debutify theme store, which is a Shopify store, essentially.
Like Shopify CMS.
Yeah. It's exact same content. Would there be a difference because it's on one platform versus another?
To be very honest, I didn't did this kind of A/B testing right now, because I'm familiar with WordPress, to be very honest. So I know only how to use WordPress. Like if you ask me, I know how to use it. But if you ask me about other CMS, I didn't test it out, because most of the blogs which are into SEO, And they use WordPress to be very, because it's very easy to use. They have a plugins for everything. For Shopify, I don't know. I never use that kind of interface for blogging right now. And if my clients, because I run my own digital marketing agency, if I have a client, so I will always recommend them to use WordPress if they want easy to use interface. If they have a hardcore developers in their team, so they can use like Joomla, like Magento, like Shopify, so they can use it. But if they want easy to use interface, very easy to use, upload images, media gallery, optimizing the content, then WordPress is best, like, to be very honest. And I didn't see any kind of difference. Like someone is using Shopify, they are able to rank higher, or someone is using WordPress, they are able to rank higher. It's all about the content and how much optimization you have done. Is your content is SEO optimized? Do you have the right keywords at the right place in the content? Yes or no? So that's all matters. And if you use any kind of CMS, I don't think it will impact your ranking, because I haven't done any kind of A/B testing right now. So, but if you use CMS, any Shopify, I think it doesn't matter. It's all about the content. If you have a right content, optimizing it for the readers, so I think it's not going to harm you. It's going to give you the benefit.
And actually, you reminded me of a very brief point that I wanted to say it as well, because you were mentioning about load times and page load speeds.
Of course, yeah.
And we. We did see somebody comment on a Debutify on the store that it took a while to load, and he said it took 10 seconds. Now I loaded up on my computer; it did not take 10 seconds. I was counting it; it was like no more than 3 seconds.
They might have a bad internet speed, so you can say that, right?
Right, and that's actually one of the things that's important to keep in mind in servicing the customer, is that they could be on their data. They could be on a computer that's like missing half the keys on the keyboard. They could be on a potato. There's a lot of things that can get in the way of the user having the experience that you expect them to have. And that's just part of why it's important for your website to run efficiently, because the further out people are, the more they're struggling, the more you want to do them a favor. If somebody's on quantum technology, they don't care one way or another, because everything loads instantly. But that's just one part of the market.
Right.
Yeah, and with that, so here's the thing about page loading speeds. The whole detour here, but it's worth talking about. So one of the ones that I can tell you off the top of my head is like the difference between using a JPEG and a PNG. PNG are better to work on because you can have transparent backgrounds, but JPEGs load faster because they're more compressed. Now that's the one I know off the top of my head.
I haven't seen this kind of difference. Like I'm using short pixel, like someone, because to be very honest, like this was my first blog, like bloggers ideas, and I've done a lot of bad things on this blog. What do I mean by bad things? Means I've done a lot of A/B testing, because this was my first blog on internet. So that's where I started using WordPress. I installed a lot of plugins like themes, plugins, and my speed got down. Like I have used some heavy images when I was in 2015, 2016. So my blog was very much heavy, right? So now I have installed like Short Pixel and WP Rocket, because I have the best guy who handles the speed of my website, handle my hosting servers, everything. So he makes sure like my page speed is good and everything is loading under 3 seconds. Even like if I'm uploading like 14 MB of image, still my blog is loading in under 3 seconds, because we use some CDN services like Short Pixel and WP Rocket. So it helps you to load your blog very fast. They compress your CSS, your JavaScript. A lot of things are there. These are the technical stuff which I'm not aware. Like my developer do all the job.
Well, one more shout out to Debutify. Fast loading time speeds is one thing that we guarantee out of the box. So I just want to make sure that I got that in there. Okay, so here's another thing I wanted to get back to too, because I wrote this down earlier and we didn't get to it, because you were talking about you can find expired domains and they have domain authority intrinsic to them, even if the domains are expired and there's like not even a website at the moment. So what have you been able to discover about these domains, and how have you been able to figure out that they have authority to them?
So we use tools like Moz, like Moz, and we use tools like Ahrefs, because I need to see the history of that domain, like what kind of backlinks we have. And we use Web Archive. Web Archive is a site which helps you to find what kind of sites which were running in 2005, 2006. So you can see the versions of the website, like what was the niches of that website. Like if I want to buy a domain related to digital marketing, right? So I want to see the history of that domain, like what was the history of that domain, so I can find it via web archive. So this will give you the Wayback Machine. So it will tell you in 2005 the domain was SEO, in 2008 the domain content was like related to hosting. So you need to see the history of the domain. And to check the backlinks, we use Ahrefs. So you can see the backlinks, what kind of backlinks we have to this expired domains. Does the backlink suck? Like they have a low domain authority backlinks, like a spam backlinks from China, from Russian websites. If the domain have these kind of automated backlinks. So we do track all these things. So whenever I'm investing into domains, like buying expired domains, so I do check, like tick mark all this, like, okay, these are the things I have to see. Like these domains should not have a spam factor. They should not be spammed by earlier, like someone who was using that domain before, he or she should not have spammed this domain. So I have to see all these kind of factors. So to buy these expired domains, so you can go to expireddomains.net, or you can go to Spamzilla, and so you can go to sites like software like Domain Hunter Gatherers. Like these are the tools. These are paid tools, not free. So you have to buy these tools, and they will give you the best expired domains according to your niche: health, dating, traveling, adult, whatever the kind of domains do you need. So they have it. So you need to buy these tools, and you need to find expired domains from those also.
I like to know a bit about because like you're saying you're hiring out bloggers depending on the niche, because you want to get people who are experts in their subject. So are these people? I guess it's a case by case basis, but let's just say you have people who are full-time bloggers. What is their week to week like? Where how many blogs are they typically writing? How are they typically proving that they're the ones worth hiring in the first place?
Because my content manager, she's the one who's handling all those kind of content writers. Like right now we have 6 content writers who are writing the content on health, on dating, on make money online, on digital marketing, on like all these kind of stuff. So she's the one, like we have already trained her, like what kind of content do we need, and how do you cross check the content is unique, it's not copied from somewhere else, right? So we use tools like Copyscape, right? So I need to check the content is original. Like because we have given the training to her already, what kind of content will be approved by you, right? So we need to see, and so in a week we have at least a task for all these writers. Like in a week they have to deliver at least 6 to 7 content pieces, and these content pieces will be around 2,000 to 3,000 words, right? A detailed content on the subject like we wanted, with proper pros and cons, features, explaining about the product. Like we give them product access, and sometimes if they cannot write about the product, like how to use, so we have editors, SEO editors in house, like my team, like I have it right now in my team. So these SEO editors, I have given them training, like you have to sign up the trial of the product, so you need to explain how to use. So they know the process, how to put those screenshots about how to actually use this product, right? So these things. So I have SEO editors also after the content writing is done by the writers. So SEO editors are the guys in my team who do the editing of SEO, like in-depth interlinking, putting images, alt tag, title tags, H2 tag, H1 tags, putting all those things. We have SOPs for all these processes. So it makes them easy to understand and do this process.
And I think for people who are just they're starting their businesses, and they're basically like a one person operation. One thing that I find encouraging about this is that if you put this work into writing that blog is going to have a lot of long term value because it's going to be continued to be comprehensive. So would you? This might not be a fair question, but I'm going to ask it anyways. Would you see that there is an average length of time where that blog really is ranking as high as it potentially could be? Does it have like a 3-month window, a 6 months window? I mean, I know it changes on like niche to niche, but if there's an average, I'd be curious to hear it.
So what I would say, like we use tools like tracking tools, like Longtail Pro, from which we keep on tracking on the rankings. Like what are the keywords which are getting dropped on Google? Like which keywords are getting impacted the most? which keywords are going up. So we keep on tracking. So that's where we track all those keywords and we keep on seeing the performance of those keywords, like putting more content. Okay, this keyword is getting dropped. Why this is getting dropped? Okay, we don't have FAQs. We don't have how to use it in that product. So that's where we keep on improving the content every week. So we keep on tracking like what keywords are getting dropped, because every day there is a Google ranking algorithm update. Like Google don't say it officially, but there is every day there are a lot of changes on the Google SERPs. Every day you're ranking now I'm ranking for Debutify theme review. I don't know, after 7 days, somebody will outrank me. Then I will see, okay, what this guy is doing. Okay, he have a more detailed content than me. He has explained this feature in very much detail. Okay, he have more FAQs than me. He have a more UGC content than me. So the like a lot of things have to be like considered in order to outrank my new competitor who's already ranking for that keyword. Because I was ranking for 1 month, 3 months for that keyword, and now someone else is going to outrank me. I will see, does that guy have a backlinks? Okay, he have a more backlinks than me. Then I will try to make 2 or 3 more backlinks than him, like good quality backlinks, in order to outrank him. That's where we have to see what things we are missing in our content right now.
Right, and what I think that is incredible and really encouraging about this format is it's always on the front end. I mean, aside from testing the page loading speed and stuff like that, for the most part, everything you need to know is there visibly because it's a blog. It has to be presented to the audience so they can read it.
Can you see the page speed right now of that page right now? Have you seen it? Like, if you use Google Chrome audit plugin, do you have it?
Well, I use a different browser. I use one called Brave because it generates cryptocurrency. So it was Debutify.
So you can check the page speed. So someone like I can see it, like, because we are doing a lot of A/B testing on the page speed also right now. My developer keeps on doing, because sometimes we do changes in our blog and sometimes page speed get impacted. So are you seeing some good page speed right now? I hope like it's there. I'm sure.
I think I figured it out because I found Page Speed Insights, which is a website.
Yes.
So
I will search on Google Page Speed Insight, and you can put the URL there.
Okay, great. So it's analyzing the page right now. I like doing stuff like this, you know. I mean, ever since we switched to doing a video format, it was more interesting to use the video side of it.
Users can see the results, like whatever things I'm saying, so they can actually see, oh, okay, this guy has implemented all of these things. He's just not saying to be an SEO expert. I just want to show them the real results. So that's it. Like, this is actually what I'm doing. This is my live blog.
Mm-hmm. So the page analysis is taking it's at like 75%. So I guess the last little bit takes a bit more time.
If you just give me 1 second, so this will be easy peasy, just easy peasy for you. Just wait, so people can see it. I just love to show them, like if they have, I can drop in the chat. So can you check your chat option, please?
You got it.
Yeah, awesome. So you can just open this URL. So this will show you, okay, how much the score. So they can see it. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
So I did get the results, and you got a score of 81.
81. Yeah. So you can check, and I have shared with you another URL, so you can see like this is a Chrome audit. So this will analyze my SEO performance, everything. So you can see just once that gets loaded.
Yeah, so 95 across the board, and then 100 for best practices. So you can see this is live report viewer. Yeah.
Can you share the screen with them so they can at least see it? Like, this is a live thing. I have done it, so they can actually get an idea like what things they have to do it.
You got it.
In terms of optimizing their content, so they can just learn from it. That's it. Awesome. So you can see, guys, this is a 95 score and speed index is 1.4 second, right? So that's it. Like,
is there more to check as we go down?
Yeah. So this is like, we keep on improving like DOM size. So this is the major thing, like LCB, FCB. So it's all things are good, like according to Google, like GitHub. So this is pretty good. Like, we have followed all the great practices in terms of user experience, right?
And so when you look at this, what does it tell you that you can work on, or what does it encourage you to improve?
So these are things like they are saying that you can really improve. So you cannot achieve like 100 out of 100. It's very hard. Like, your website is a plain HTML. Then you don't have anything like images. You're just having a simple landing page. It's not possible. I need to put images, video content. So sometimes some things will be like, it's 100 is impossible to achieve. Like if you have a lot of data on the site, so it's 100 out of 100 for all the scores. Like it's very hard to achieve. So that's where we have made our website very much SEO friendly. So these are the scores, so you can, like, people can get, and if they get these scores, so they are doing pretty much well with their website page speed, right? Yes.
Okay, great. And we'll put those links in the comments as well, just so our audio listeners can go check that out, and then they can pull it up as they listen too. So that should be really good.
Awesome. Great.
So great.
Great,
so
man.
we more or less cleared an hour, not counting the little bit of dead air that
I
we're
love
going to
it,
want
man.
to
I love this. Like Joseph, to be very honest, like this is a very detailed interview. Like guys, you are getting the live. Everything is live. Like I'm sharing the live data with you, page speed, ranking, SEO. So they can learn a lot of things from this interview. I think this is a very like a nice interview I've done from the long time, to be very honest. I like it, man.
Well, I appreciate that a lot. You know, I mean, I've been in media for 10 years, and the audience, they know this. I owe them a coffee, but getting into Debutify and being able to contribute to e-commerce, the best thing that I can do, at least at the present moment, is to conduct as good as an interview as I can. And you're everybody that I talk to have very valuable time. And so to me, if I don't do a good job, I couldn't live with myself. So I want to make sure that, I really got the most out of it. Really showed you your value. So I really appreciate that. I'm just going to, I don't know. I mean, we could go a little bit over, because I just wanted to hear a bit about your backstory, because I'm just curious about a bit of that. And then we'll wrap this up. So the way I'll ask you this question is, what were you up to prior to e-commerce, and what skills from your background came with you as you entered into e-commerce?
Like, to be very honest, like in 2012, I completed my BTech, like my engineering, right, into IT. So I was, I don't have any kind of interest into learning programming or these kind of coding structure like C, C++. I don't know. I was not able to digest these kind of information in my college. So one of my friends, he told me like about SEO, like, so you can learn about SEO. I asked him, what is this SEO? Like he was doing some kind of freelancing in the final year of his college. He was doing some kind of freelance stuff. So he told me about SEO. I said, what is this SEO? Like, man, I never heard about this term SEO. Like I was doing only programming in my college, and I was just like cramming all these programs and giving these exams, like, and just have my degree. So that's it. Like to be very honest. So I found out this SEO is very interesting. I learned about on-page and off-page, and I got my first job. And from there, I got very much interest into SEO, because my first job was very low paying. If I share with your readers, I got only $100 a month from this job, to be very honest, when I was doing SEO, because it was a very low paying job, and it was very much like a good learning experience for me. So that's where I started learning about SEO. And gradually in 2013, I like opened this first blog on internet. So that is Bloggers Ideas. So that's my first blog on internet. And from there, I learned so many things about SEO. Like I did a lot of A/B testing, learned so many things from experts like Neil Patel, Rand Fishkin. So like these guys are the legends of SEO, and I've done their interviews on my blog. So that's where I got my things in SEO, like to be very honest. And so far I'm learning so many things in SEO. Like every day there's a new challenge.
Yeah. By the way, I had to mute my microphone because they're doing some drilling outside. But anyways,
no problem.
When you said that Google update their algorithm on a daily basis, I was actually surprised. I was expecting to hear that they updated like every 10 minutes, or they updated like once an hour. So the idea
every day, like every 12 hours. So you will see, like we keep on tracking our keywords. So every day there is a shift. There is a shift like that. Sometimes keywords are dropping down, coming up, dropping down. So it's like there's a movement every day. So there's a change. So like every day there's a ranking algorithm. So if you don't want to get impacted by these updates, try to give value to your readers in the content. If you make your content website very much user friendly, you have a clean backlinks profile, you are not doing any kind of black hat SEO, you're doing white hat, so you're safe. So that's it. Like I'm doing white hat because I know only white hat SEO. So that's it.
Fantastic. Well, this has been a great hour. I myself, being very interested in doing the affiliate and the blogging side, and again, sorry, it's drilling season. my main takeaway today is seeing just how comprehensive a blog post can really be. And I think it actually is more encouraging to write that kind of content, knowing that, this content has everything that all the questions somebody might ask. By the time they're done the end, they actually have got enough information to make a more informed decision. Right. So that's been my major takeaway. So Jitendra, I'm super truly grateful for your time. And the final question before we let you go is, if you have any bits of wisdom or like a Chinese proverb or anything you feel like sharing, you're more than welcome to have the floor once more, and then let the audience know how they can find out more about what you're up to.
Yeah, so if someone wants to reach me out, I'm already active on LinkedIn, so they can search my name, Jitendra Vaswani. I'm highly active on LinkedIn and Facebook, so you can search my name on Facebook with same Jitendra Vaswani, so you can find me there. I'm highly active there. So if you guys have any questions related to SEO, I would love to help you out. And final words on wisdom, I would say, like, just do what you love. So that's it. I love SEO. Whenever I sleep with SEO. I sleep with keywords. So that's it. Like, I wake up with keywords. So that's how you should be, like, so much of passionate. Like, I love SEO so much. So that's what you should be doing. Like, if you love this thing very much, so you should sleep with it and you wake up with it. So that's where your passion comes from. Like, if you really hate that thing, it means you are not so much interested. And if you are feeling lazy, so laziness is a signal, like you really hate that job, you really had that, like, you're really hating these things. Like, so that's where, like, I don't hate my job. I don't hate my Mondays. Like, I'm super pumped up when the Monday comes up, because I'm excited to meet my clients and excited to make some deals about my business. So that's where you need to live and breathe in, like, the things you love. So do what you love and be passionate. Keep upgrading yourself. Never the downgrade. So keep upgrading. Like, whatever the skill you are learning, always keep upgrading. So that's where you are going to scale to the next level. You are going to make money from 5-figure to 6-figure, from 6-figure to 7-figure, from 7 to 8. So if you keep upgrading and making your network is your net worth. And I focus it on very well. So if you see my blog, I've done interviews with Neil Patel, Rand Fishkin, all these, so many experts. So I have built my whole network. I've gone to the events, workshops, meeting people. From there, I've got a lot of confidence. So go out to your niche relevant events. You are into fashion, you are into coding, programming. So join all these kind of workshops, events, and go out and learn. Like, be crazy. So that's it. Like,
that's as good as a place as any to close this one out. So with that, thank you so much again for your time. And
really appreciate yourself. Yeah.
Same here. And to our audience, as always, it is an honor and a privilege to be able to collect this information and provide it to all of you in a way that hopefully it inspires you to take the next step and then take a few more steps. And who knows, maybe I'll be interviewing you next. So with that, take care, and we will check in soon.
Open, like grass turns medicine, and it's just a good place to be.
Hey, this is Joseph from Ecomonics. Just wanted to thank you for being here and for giving this content your time and attention. I hope you learned something. I can say with certainty, I have learned something with every episode that I have done, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. There's a couple of things you can do to help us out. If you want to check out the audio content, we are available on all major podcast platform distributors. And while you're there, give us a 5-star review. It helps a lot. And while you're here on YouTube, there's a lot of things you can do to help out as well. It's not going to take very long. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button for this episode, and hit the notification bell so when we have new content for you, it's going to be at your doorstep ASAP. Lastly, this podcast is created by Debutify, the best Shopify template available. It is 100% free for you to start, and it can change your life. It can make you so much more free than you are right now. So if this episode wasn't enough to convince you, I think a few more might do the trick. So have at it.